Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. No more stalling with books for more experience. Don't think we're gonna get another level up before then. Think I've done all of the... Wait! We can do one last bit of stalling! Haha! I think I haven't read this before. This dusty tome brings knowledge on the history of innocence. Oh good, because those are fucking weird. It is written by one... all of that, a Mesk fascist, who tries to reach a conclusion on which of the innocences is the coolest in the world. Oh. Mesk fascists. I hate Mesk fascists. Okay, sure. Why not?
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego.
Oh, that's how you
The
pronounce
book
that.
is large and heavy.
Okay, crack open this immense tome.
You can't. The idea of coming face to face with the greatest innocence fills you with immense sadness and dread now.
Oh, buck up, fucko.
Dora.
God. Okay. Fine. I get it. No more stalling. Ooh, medicinal purposes of the pale. A small green book giving off a peculiar foreboding impression, although it's hard to figure out why. It describes the various ways of healing debilitating ailments through the use of pale, some of which sound implausible at best. All of which sound implausible at best.
Medicinal purposes of the pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
What's a pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors.
Oh, naturally, the most reliable of sources.
It's all quackery, in other words.
Ha! You could put it that way.
Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
Is there anything in there about restoring lost memories? That, from what little I know of the pale, that seems like it might very well be a thing, although in a very Library of Babel fashion.
There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition.
A lot of taff, then. Alright. I just want something that will soothe the relentless torment of my existence.
What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that.
Well, unless we want pale-aged vodka, I suppose. Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
Alright, book. Let's see what you got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Well, I'm pretty sure meadow rue is toxic to humans, but ginger root and mint both are classic things for dealing with the symptoms of hangover at the very least. Let's go with ginger root.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Mix it with a dram of whiskey. Oh yes, hair of the dog that bit you. That doesn't cure a hangover, that just delays it. Boil it with a tea made from birch bark. You can't make tea from birch bark. You can make a herbal infusion from birch bark, but that's not tea. Come to think of it, it's not herbal either. Bark isn't a herb. So, I guess it's just an infusion then. You could also call it a tisane, but it's not made from crushed barley and water either, so that's not accurate either. Bloody hell. That beverage certainly is just a mess of stolen valor, isn't it? Mash it into a paste with some aloe vera extract. Well, aloe vera extract is good for, again, some of the symptoms of a hangover. Mashing it into a paste is an odd choice, but sure.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
A few pomegranate seeds, again, decent. A spoonful of sugar. Now that doesn't sound like it would be helpful, but actually, a small amount of sugar, preferably natural sugars from, like, fruits and such, but a refined sugar in small quantities can work too, can actually help with specifically the fatigue and general jitteriness due to your blood sugar plummeting. So that's not a bad idea. And besides, it'll help it go down easier. That's a major issue with a lot of hangover cures. They seem almost intentionally foul, to the point where the cure can sometimes be worse than the disease. A healthy helping of sugar will help with that.
The ginger and aloe vera make this poultice ideal for the treatment of arthritis. It won't do anything for your hangover, though.
What do you mean it won't do anything for your hangover? Do you people know nothing about hangovers? I'm not saying it's gonna be the most effective thing in the world at treating hangovers, but nothing? God, you people really do know absolutely nothing outside of your tiny little bubble, don't you? Probably read one tiny article about hangover cures and based this entire puzzle around that.
Would you like to try again?
Sure, why not? Let's see what other predictable drivel this will give me.
Very well. First, choose a... Next, you'll need to combine. Lastly, is there anything... The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy, as a nice bonus.
Oh, naturally. So you're gonna oversell the shit that you've decided is gonna work and then completely no-sell everything else. Great, thanks. That's real helpful.
The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind to clear. You're more present and in control than you were a moment ago.
What rot. Savor the feeling a moment longer.
A tingle rushes down your spine, and you feel your toes uncurl. If only it could always be like this.
Okay, sure. Well, I just barely got another level from that, so... Into esprit de corps, why not? Okay, no more stalling. Here we go. Ooh! Walk slow, it might be dangerous. Nope, no more stalling. Why is it so bright over here? Isn't it pretty late? Yeah, there shouldn't be nearly that much light from that, but oh well. No one ever accused them of being competent game designers. The rubber dinghy is deflated, broken, like my soul. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Oh, yeah. Naturally.
6 crumbling peppers.
Oh. There you are. Fire's looking pretty dead, eh? Like my soul. And let me guess. The murder weapon. Assuming that's not some sort of fancy crutch. Well, maybe it is. Well, maybe it's both. Hello.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
The deserter. Huh? Deserter of what?
then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours.
You're an easy man to find for someone it took this long to find, ain't ya?
Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Everything? And here I thought love did him in. You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
And unlike me, your hands aren't shaking from how shit it all is.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Odd. Some sort of degenerative disorder, maybe? Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
Trying to what?
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
I wasn't quoting a grown-up. Idiot. Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Fair enough.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
God damn it, Kim. It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie.
I was about to agree with you about that music being pretty shit, but what?
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Ha. Yeah. Fucking typical. Only thing communists love more than hating fascists is agreeing with fascists on 90% of every issue. Nice gun you got. I'm assuming you're a communist, anyway, given, well, everything. Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Contrarian. Is that a Bell McGrave? McGrav? I forget.
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
Huh. An excellent weapon to use for a murder, then.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
In Samara, probably.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Safre Empire, extinguished in '06.
It's not white from the board. I remember it. I remember a whole lot of random shit, apparently.
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn dog.
Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me, too. Show him the gun in your hand. The other weapon, well, it's not really mine.
Yes, I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck.
Just 4. How many have you killed? And how many of those bullets were in the back?
Have you come to make me one of them?
That one's up to you.
We have come to ask you questions, nothing more.
The lieutenant puts his hand on his holster.
If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
The danger levels here are hard to read. One moment he's afire, the next, a fire gone out.
I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police. I don't know that that's necessary. Could he even stay upright? As much as he is now, without that grip? Besides, there's no way he'd be quicker on the draw than I would. Not from our positions. I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. Or I'll keep you down.
No.
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's head and says,
Put it down now, sir.
Okay, that's how you want to play it, Kim?
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Had just enough left in it to kill once more and set off this whole shit show. Of course it would. That's how you shit stains always are. Just enough in you to fuck everything up and then die. And you have the audacity to call yourself utopians.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks up into the sky. It's blue-gray, the same color as the sea. Those words, the future teaches you.
Real music. Real brilliant good. That's La Chaulière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Oh yes, real music, high art, truly meaningful, and other nonsense phrases used by people too chicken shit piss yellow afraid to recognize that any part of their mind, anything that matters to them isn't universal. That other minds are other minds, and not mere extensions of yours, degenerate extensions, if they claim to differ too far.
Marching song. Forget about that for a moment. You need to address that remark first.
I'm not a misanthrope. I'm a half-dead police officer who's just doing his job. Honestly, I think I've gone above and beyond my job at this point.
The job of a shitlicker.
I know La Chaulière. It's the marching song of the World Revolution.
There you go. One of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Signao, it was Some Samaran shit, I guess.
Don't even remember. Favorites of history. Oh, yes. People love appealing to future history for shit they know isn't justified in the present. That is, when they're not appealing to there being no future history at all.
In Sinyao, they sang, Boy with a Scythe, Golden Sun.
First, it wasn't some Samaran shit, it was Boy with a Scythe.
I fucking know what they sang. I watched those little fuckers die in my arms. Little ones came to help us. Got cut to shreds.
Little ones? They were fucking child soldiers, are they?
You don't fucking tell me what they sang.
Apparently I do.
His nostrils are still flaring with rage. He brings himself back under his own stewardship, slowly.
Remember it better next time, then. And I won't have to remind you. La Revacholière. I've heard that name somewhere else. In a dream.
Everyone has. They named a fucking perfume after it.
No, that's not it. I've talked to her.
Talk to her?
Yes, I get these cold spells. Shivers, you could call them. Not to be confused with slivers.
It's the drugs you're all on. Druggies, whiners, and whores.
The lumpen proletariat, eh? For your information, I haven't done any of those in, like, almost a week.
There was something there when he said, talked to her. He was curious. All around you, the air slowly circulates the islet, carrying little swallows and black-beaked seagulls in its slow drift. They all, every one of them, every bird, mammal, and crustacean,
What?
keep their distance.
Fair enough, I suppose. I think most animals do, but when I said I've talked to her, you were curious.
I've seen kids lose their minds and start talking to the city, asking it to protect them when the shelling gets bad, calling it La Revacholière.
That is odd. That is curious, isn't it? People will reach out to some imagined higher power when things get bad, but talking to a city, that is unusual.
Cities can't talk. It's bourgeois idealism. I don't want to talk about this shit anymore.
Oh, of course, everything's bourgeois something, isn't it? What about the other thing?
Everyone has.
Yes, in the church. Point southwest.
God's shithouse. Should have taken it down like they did in Grad. Dismantled it for firewood.
Maybe.
There was something there, all around you. The cold dissipates. The old man watches you carefully. Don't be so sure.
How does it go? The song.
How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. A little tremor passes through him. It was dear to him. He resents forgetting it. So, if I can shoot rabbits, then I can shoot fascists too. Those are the next lines.
Oh yeah. Typical. Typical. Oh yes, predictable communist drivel.
What are you talking about?
He doesn't recognize it.
Shit. You really have forgotten.
Embers going out.
The small deaths that happen before true death. First your history dies, then your future, and then finally your present. People like to compare death to sleep, and they're almost invariably wrong to do so, but maybe in one way it is. By the time it actually takes you, there's not even enough of you left to recognize it. Pick up the gun lying in the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
And hope. Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut.
Like nothing. It is a crutch that's seen too much travel, apparently.
They say Triangong 4.46, Sin Yao Commune, for Safre and for all mankind.
I know Serays.
This is the Vulgate Seraïs. You can barely intuit the words. No is stretching it.
Close enough. Kim, I know Serays.
What does it say?
Yes, doubtfully. For Safre, and for all mankind.
That's what the little guys told us. Every day at 4 o'clock in the morning, they go on and on about their Safri, their mankind, and Mazov.
Their precious idols, leading them into the abyss. What rot.
Those men were commandos. They weren't shit on a stick like us. They were small and...
Look at the butt of the gun.
On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said. It's a Triangong, made in Sinyao.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
Wrong. I did.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangong too.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
Yep. This uses jacketed ammunition. 446.
The right type and the right calibre.
Calibra. The lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun.
He's liking this.
Alright, stow it.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
If we even need one? Would be nice, I suppose. Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
Political Commissar of the 114th. So I was right then, in my initial read on you. All those bullets you fired out of this gun, more of them went into the backs of soldiers than the front, didn't they? And the game calls you, of all people, the deserter. Isn't that fucking ironic? What? Did you run when you realized you would have to point your gun at men pointing theirs back at you, instead of towards your enemies?
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol?
The lieutenant forgets to close his mouth.
Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient. and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained,
Of course.
I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years.
No. I've been on other islands, too.
Oh, of course.
I was an Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
That's insane, that's steadfast. I don't even know what that is.
It's inhuman. It's sick. It's not how a human being should live, but I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
You couldn't give up. Couldn't he? What else do you call this?
He nods, but he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
For what? No, that's the wrong question, isn't it?
Where evening comes, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, hydrogen streetlights switch on, casting black shadows. Further inland, the street grid appears dark. Unlit avenue after unlit avenue. The temperature is dropping. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. Two police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black letters splashed across the plaza mosaic. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
There they go. Fucking finally.
Always waiting
For what?
for her to return.
Who, Dora?
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Women will always betray you. First of all, he said girl, not woman. So it could be a girl child specifically, so. I come from there, point to the mainland. I can assure you that is not what the people are planning.
I am not a fool. I know. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind.
Me. The usual predictable drivel.
The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You figured that out from your years of experience doing what? 43 years of jacking off on an island, or a series of islands, rather? A couple of years of being a glorified fucking millstone crushing your own allies? I know men who died at 20 who had more worldly experience than you.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession will lighten the load.
What have you done, then?
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams.
No. There's nothing left of you. And because you lack the empathy God gave a cabbage, you cannot see beyond 2 feet behind your own eyes. So you assume that's all there possibly could be. You've consigned yourself to oblivion. So that must be the entire world. You fucking coward. You yellow fucking craven shit stain. You said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
16 years old, huh? Probably shouldn't have been fighting in the first place, but then that's why you were a commissar, I suppose. Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
So you had a brief moment of rational thought, then. And you've been punishing yourself and the whole world for it ever since. Fucking typical.
For reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
Ha. It wasn't a reaction. You were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And you would know this. Because you exist totally within the tiny bubble of your own mind.
And this was when?
The lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out.
May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower.
It's comforting, isn't it? To reduce your enemies to nothing but clouds of generic evil.
Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
You fucking coward. You gutless, spineless shit. I'd be disgusted if it wasn't all so fucking predictable. This is how you people always operate. The convenient fictions that you always retreat into. You want their humanity to be a mask. You want it to be shallow, skin deep. A fiction they put on. Because otherwise, your utter incapacity to see beneath it would be something vile, monstrous even. And yes, monstrous, but unmistakably human, nonetheless. Because that's what you are. That's what I am. That's what they all are. Not degenerate extensions of our own solipsistic mind. Not whatever inhumanity you've objectified them into. Not anything. But another human mind out there. Not like ours, but of the same kind. And everything else, everything that we layer atop of it, the concepts of capital and capitalism, and bourgeoisie, and proletariat, and lumpen proletariat, and monster, and hero, those aren't real, the same way minds are. They never will be, no matter how much you convince yourself that the opposite is true, that they are more real than minds are. That is always sheer fucking mental illness. You've lost your mind to this mental illness, this ideology. Not lost in the sense of not knowing where it is, lost in the sense of conquered.
Now is not the time, Lieutenant Yofreto.
The lieutenant says gently. Yeah, maybe you're right. Piercing a bubble like that, especially for someone whose mind is already decayed as he is. Wow.
I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore.
And by fight it, you mean jack off on an island. And shoot a man, apparently. What is this place? This island?
It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
But you said it malfunctioned. Why was that? You mean the landing? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Death blow. First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Coalition military. apparently. Pretty standard generic sort of name.
Iblis,
Iblis?
the black-eyed angel.
Is this some sort of demon king of the seventh hell shit?
Shaitan Ahura, the Darkened One.
Yep. Classic. Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric. How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Ha! Oh, fuck off. What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
Bad, I imagine.
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
I know what that's like.
He does seem frail, gaunt for his age, more like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
Maybe. Could mean a lot of things, though.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
Need to die. More craven recreant shit. No. You're gonna live.
I have been running out of that stuff.
This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
You're no doctor. How have you coped mentally? Have you been listening to him? He hasn't.
I haven't.
Ha,
I have
exactly.
holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
I know what that's like. Or Harry does, anyway.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also have holes in my brain. Point to your head. You notice the lieutenant is about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
No shit.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round.
Well, I can agree with you on one thing. It is better alone than living with traitors. I know what that's like.
It's disgusting.
What? The fact that life continues after yours has failed? That's not disgusting. That's just the world not revolving around you.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
Because they're not fucking cowards. That's how. How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead.
The cells, dead. The ideology, dead. Well, even if its corpse is still rotting along, stinking up the place, How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
Unfriendlier territory with every day.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Aren't you? Just another antisocial vagrant? Haven't you always been? Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
Of course they are. Everyone that's been conquered by an ideology looks down on those who are still free. They need to imagine that it makes them better than them. Otherwise, they see just how wretched it's made them.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
Of course he doesn't. He doesn't give a shit about people. He doesn't see people. Just ideals. And an empty void where people haven't been completely taken over by them. No. Even that's not true. He doesn't see ideologies. He sees his own ideology, his own ideals, his own mind, and an empty void everywhere that differs from them. The weapons cache under Saint-Ghislain 22B, point to it, vaguely, in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were.
Useless now. Rusted away.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
There's a small bunker under the Phil building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Another skill point. I'll keep it for now.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think.
I would assume.
Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Fucking typical. 2 young boys murdered by their ideology. Disgusting is what it is. One more question. Do you smoke Tiamaturi cigarettes? If he doesn't, I'm gonna be really annoyed.
I do.
Okay. Ever smoked them on the mainland? Point to Land's End.
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
An old man looks inland at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it, the new bâtiment twinkling in the evening sky.
What is with this game having inaccuracies in the text? And versus the... Irritating. You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We're not coalition appointed, we try to help people. That's right, we're with the good guys. We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit. He doesn't... Why are we bothering to justify ourselves to this wretch? We're with the RCM. Let's leave it at that.
Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste dans le Monde.
They're the enemies of humanity, huh? And you're their adversary. So that makes you all of humanity then, huh? It'd be funny if it wasn't so pathetic.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The Communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Convenient.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
Radio shows, speed racing, sporting goods, not real, but your precious ideology is? Good old textbook inversion of reality. It's how you people always operate. It's like the principle of explosion. If you can get people to believe a vision of reality that is completely opposite to the obvious truth, you can derive from that absolutely anything without friction. So you're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
Yeah.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology, he was like a cleric, a shepherd.
Really now?
Okay then, overmystified that a bit. The old
His job
Scientific.
awakened, he was like a cleric.
So you were like a priest?
No, the opposite of that. A future human, not a human of the past.
Oh yes, the new people. That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Yes, a political commissar, not a soldier. The difference being soldiers point their guns towards the enemy front to conquer land for their force. Commissars point their guns at their own soldiers' backs to conquer minds for their ideology. Backstabbing or murdering people on behalf of that ideology. Trained to never question if that isn't completely fucking backwards.